Hello and welcome to this edition of the Loudspeaker of Canada. On the 2nd of November, the first ever House of Commons session was hosted. It was supposed to be an ordinary session, however, a couple of rogue criminals and the Ottawa Central Intelligence Agency appear to have had other plans. There were a total of 3 confirmed attacks. The first one was carried out by an assumed Ottawa Central Intelligence Agency member, Helios_SDRS, who was on the RCMP team. He breached the front door of the House of Commons chamber, went on the opposition side benches, and started shooting at members of Parliament. He was seen shouting CIA, which follows up to our previously made assumption. Members of the Parliamentary Protective Service attempted to stop him, however they couldn't physically tase him or cuff him. In the end, they managed to baton him enough so that he dropped to the ground, only to be banned by sync a couple of seconds later. In total, 5 members of Parliament were assassinated, including 3 from the Venom Bloodline Syndicate and 2 from the People's Party of Canada. The second attack was carried out by a known criminal going by the name of Beats1441. Judging from the video, it appears he was going exactly for the Prime Minister. As you can see, he easily enters second block, gets teleported into the lobby where a PPS member instructs him to head to the gallery upstairs. He ignores the PPS officer, enters the Commons chamber, passes through 3 PPS members standing guard, and fires 11 bullets at the Prime Minister. The Parliamentary Protective Services responded to this by shooting and killing him. The Prime Minister was severely wounded from the attack, however was healed, and the session continued. The third attack was also carried out by Beats. And although the Parliamentary Protective Service had visibly increased the security of the center block entrance, he simply ignored the line of visitors as well as the 3 PPS officers standing guard, came up to the doors, and went straight in. It should be noted that PPS members attempted to stop him, although for some reason, 5 seconds wasn't enough, even for the guard standing directly at the door, to cuff the random civilian who he just saw cut the entire line and barge in. Beats is then teleported to the lobby and goes towards the House of Commons chamber door. A PPS member pulled out a baton and tried to go for him, however he didn't have enough time to beat him to the ground. Beats entered the chamber, got past the same exact 3 PPS members standing on guard, and emptied an entire 17-round magazine into the Prime Minister. PPS members responded by shooting and killing Beats again. This time, the Prime Minister was unfortunately killed due to the attack. However, after a very short recess, he returned to the chamber and business continued. In conclusion, the first attack wasn't really preventable by PPS, so they're not much to blame for it. The ones to blame are the developers for not giving PPS the appropriate tools for such incidents, which were, let's be honest, pretty foreseeable. The second and third attacks, however, demonstrated how certain PPS members are clearly just unfit to be protecting Parliament. You can somewhat understand why the second attack wasn't prevented, seeing how PPS members have been on guard duty for over 1 real-life hour. However, the third attack was no excuse. PPS members had a pretty long time to react to the situation, however, due to either incompetence or malice, they didn't. Honestly, probably too busy watching YouTube with their Cheeto fingers. Anyways, thank you for watching. Congratulations to all the members of Parliament for going through the first, in modern CRC history, 2 hours of row political hell. You guys really didn't miss anything. It was terrible. Anyways, that's all for this episode. This is Venom Isaac signing off.